What if I were to tell you that the information that was accessible only to the few is actually available to everyone today? Hey everyone, my name is Edgar and I'm really passionate about uncovering truth, but also empowering people to find truth in order for them to be able to live the way they should be living. And I want to share with you a story that I believe has a principle that we can apply to our modern day of what is happening in what is taking place with AI. Now, I want you to stay with me because I believe this story is going to shift the way you think when it comes to technology and AI. Now, it's the 1500s, and I want you to imagine this setting where there's this person named William Tyndale who was used to translate scripture from its original languages from the Greek into English. At that time, they only had translations into the Latin, and the only people that could read those scriptures were the priests and the Pope, who were the scholars of the day. Now, what happened was that Tyndale was teaching at a school, he was teaching children, but one of those priests actually said something to him that provoked him to say something that actually shifted the way he thought about what God had called him to do. And it was this. The priest said to him, "I would rather the people know the words of the Pope than actually for them to know the laws of God." And when Tyndale heard this, Tyndale responded by saying that if God spared his life and gave him long life, that he would make sure that even the plowboy that was leading a plow would actually know the words of God better than the priest and the Pope. Now, why is this important? Because we have today the ability to access knowledge, to access things that were reserved for only the few to understand, decode, or decipher. And you and I can actually have access to that to be able to empower our life to live even in a way that we've never imagined before. Now, I want you to think about this. We all find ourselves in situations that we want to overcome, but we don't have the knowledge to be able to do the things that we need to do to make those things happen in our life, right? And for me, this came at a critical point in my life. I was actually married and I had my first son, Josiah, and I was dealing with some things that I just didn't know how to overcome. I grew up in a country very small in Central America, El Salvador, didn't have really educational opportunities, moved to the United States, and then I had all this knowledge available to me, but I didn't have the opportunity to really learn how to use that knowledge to my advantage, to be able to overcome, to empower myself, to do different things. And due to different factors, whether it was from my upbringing, from abuses or things like that, or traumas that we experienced. And it wasn't actually until I had my son, and then I went to college because I wanted to give him a different story than I had seen in my family. And it was the story of the first one that actually went to college and that actually got a degree and actually did something different. Now, what I found there was this, that I found the basic things that I needed to know to be able to learn, to be able to discover, to be able to research, to be able to really dive deep into things that can empower me, knowledge, wisdom, scholarly things that are out there available to us to be able to overcome things in our lives. And I learned those basic things. But I also knew in that moment that there's millions of people that don't have that opportunity, that don't have a way for them to be able to access that knowledge. And that birthed in me this desire to be able to uncover truth and help people learn how to do that. Now, when AI came in, this changed everything for me because I realized, just like William Tyndale was the person that God used to actually translate scripture to make it available to the masses in one common language, I believe that AI is the Tyndale of our day that we can use to actually know what to do, learn things, and be able to explore knowledge that has not been accessible to anyone. And just like me, that it came at a pivotal moment where I saw my son and I realized, you know what? I need to do something better so that he has a different story than I have seen in my family in the past. I believe that now we have an opportunity when it comes to technology, when it comes to AI, to be able to access things. And I want to show you some things that I believe are going to empower you to have the same access. And it's not going to require for you to go to a university, although I think that's a great thing for anyone to do, or for them to take a course on research or writing. It doesn't matter. Those things are very good for you to do. But there's millions of people that will not have that opportunity. But with AI, they will now have that opportunity to be able to access vast amounts of information that can become principles in their lives, wisdom in their life that they can use. And just like Tyndale, who changed the course of history when it came to scriptures being available to everyone, I believe AI is doing that for you and I today. So here's my challenge for you, for me, and anyone watching this video, and that is to use these AI tools to be able to overcome, to be able to understand, to be able to really learn and go beyond where we've been. Now, what tools can you use? You can use something like ChatGPT voice mode to actually have a conversation about some of the things that you're dealing with, that you want to get perspective on and kind of understand where you're at. A simple conversation can go a very long way to get you out of the places you've been. You could use something like tools that are designed for research. Maybe you've actually had a desire to go deeper on different subjects and you've really not had the tools to do that. And a simple search, like using something like Gemini on Google or using Perplexity, is actually going to take you to places that you never thought you could go and dive deep into these topics that are inside of you that you want to discover. You want to know what to do, but you just don't know how to get there. And it's as simple as asking the question. And I believe that in one way, AI is taking us to our most basic ways of communication, and that is asking. And when we ask, we can uncover and discover so many things. So I want you to take that challenge. I'm taking that challenge with my own life. I want to empower people, and I really value your input as well. So if you like this and you actually value content that's going to empower you, I want you to hit the like button and let me know. But if you want to go on this journey with me and you want to learn how to do this, how about you subscribe and you join me, and then comment. Let me know what topics. Is there something we can talk and discuss so we can leverage AI technology, or even for our spiritual growth, our mental health, or our family? What is it? Just let me know in the comments. I want to know, because I really believe we're in a place in history that it's no longer, again, whether it's accessible. It's whether we will seek it. And I believe that if we seek it, we will find it. And you and I together, we can go there.